It's running on one cylinder. So guys, here we go, another day on Ollie, the Volvo 740, and in this video I'm going to try and get this thing running correctly. So in the previous video you would have seen that but it's still missing. And we'll just see if we can get her idling and running a little bit better, because she seemed to have a bit of a misfire last time. So we'll see if we can get that cleaned up. And also,
nice.
I've got a massive update for you guys as well. But we'll do the Volvo in first, do the tinkering first, and then we'll do the waffle afterwards. We'll chuck some fresh in there, because there's not much fuel in there, and what's in there, the whole nozzle goes in. You could fill this up with diesel if you wanted to. Diesel nozzle would fit. But yeah, we'll chuck this in, because what little fuel is in there is old anyway. So, and I got a new air box for it as well to replace that cone filter. So I decided to take out the spark plugs first and check them. Just took that plug wire off, and the metal bits actually stayed on there, so we'll have to check that out, because that could be an issue as well. Maybe that is our problem cylinder, because that plug's pretty fouled up. It's wet. It smells like fuel. So let's do a compression test. Just so we know what kind of health the engine's in as well. It's always nice, isn't it? $180. No, actually a little bit more than that. 185, I'd say, or so. So I'll quickly blast through the others, and hopefully they're all the same. Yeah, 180 across the board. You have to say across the board when you talk about a compression test, otherwise it doesn't count. These will work. She won't mind. Don't know if it will fit, but give it a shot, because that lead is toast. It's still got like a misfire. Sounds weird. Got a shock that time. This is damaged, probably from removing it with grips at some stage. This is why you've got to be careful with them. It's cracked in there. Doesn't want to stay focused. There's a split there. So you saw that spark jumping and it got me twice. Doesn't really hurt, but it sends your arm flying and you'll hit your elbow on something. I'll chuck a plug on it and make sure it is actually sparking first. It's running on one cylinder. It's running on one cylinder. What an old tractor. Anyway, let me try that again. Look a bit stupid, but my ears were getting hot. I had my head in that engine bay for so long now, trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, that's always a good thing to do, a good place to start. Check for air leaks when you've got running issues, because it's a common thing, of course, and usually it's like rubber hoses that are split and things like that. In this case, obviously, we've got a problem with the inlet manifold. Obviously, the gasket's no good, and yeah, it's really not good at all, is it? So here we go then, folks, day 2 and some new parts. I just had a roll around in the weeds back there looking for some wood, and I found something that's probably going to split in half instantly, but we'll give it a go. Here comes the rain. We have to have it like it's like we're working on an American car. Have the bonnet about here. So of course the rain is coming in that way. The issue seems to be, you can see the rust in there, the corrosion. I think it's like almost started to sort of fuse together. Most of them are okay. You can see there's a gap in between the stud and the manifold, but there you can see the rust. And this one's a bad one as well. can see all that rust in there. So I think it's stuck on. Well, it is stuck on. I can't get it off. I've tried a few silly things based on what I've got here, but it's not worked. I've only got like a basic Derek Bieri style all-in-one cheap toolkit that I bought just for the road trip, because I had obviously one set of tools and 2 cars that I brought over, so I chucked that in Lily just as like a quick sort of roadside breakdown set. But yeah, that's all I've got with me. I don't have like pry bars. Give it a rest. I don't have pry bars, penetrating oil, my lump hammer, a decent sized hammer. I just got this little toy hammer. So day 3, and I've brought along 1 or 2 extra bits and pieces, and if I can't get it off with what's in this box here, then it's not going to come off, is it? So let's get into it. Right, so I'm going to start by soaking everything down with some penetrant. Then I'm going to get rid of this thing. I've got no idea what it is. Just delete that. Just kidding, we'll probably need that. So this is what was left of the gasket. Obviously some of it is from where I was sort of chipping away at things and making a mess, but you can see, for example, here, you can see where that's deteriorated. So that would have been like that before I even started to get involved. Just giving it a quick clean up. New gasket. Sounding better already, isn't she? Come on, you beauty. There's obviously a problem with my wiring repair on the coolant temp sensor. I obviously didn't get that right somehow. Right, so now that it's warm and the choke is all the way off, obviously she's not running very well at all, is she? Tuning the carburetor, I'm actually going to follow the book, what the book says for this carburetor, what Weber themselves say. So first thing we want to do is get it up to 900 RPM, and then we want to adjust our idle air mixture, fuel air mixture, to reach the highest RPM. and I'll start from the lean side and I'll go richer and richer until I get to the highest point. Get the mixture where we want it, highest. So this is the idle speed screw here, and then in this hole here, inside that hole is a small screw, and that's for the idle mixture. So clockwise will lean out the mixture, anti-clockwise will richen the mixture, more fuel. So windy. It does this here, the wind out of nowhere, like a fucking tornado, can blow you away out of nowhere. Basically 900 RPM is the highest point. You get it to that peak point and then you go half a turn lean, like clockwise, and then it should settle down a notch to 850, and that's just so it's just on the lean side, and that way it meets the, you know, the emissions requirement and all that stuff of whatever figures it should be. That's by the book, that's what they say to do. I hope I've done that correctly, but yeah, that's what they said. She runs nice now. She's pretty steady, she's pretty happy. The brakes are stuck on. Got no clutch. It's not disengaging, so I'm going to actually try and put it in gear, start it, and then try and drive it forward. Maybe it'll wake up. It's properly weird to be sat on that side in a Volvo, because I've obviously always had left-hand drive ones. It feels very strange to be on the other side. It feels like a totally new experience. But yeah, she's lovely. It's so nice, guys. It's really nice. It's as nice inside and to drive as it looks